Hey there! So you've got that annotated bibliography assignment, and you're staring at the page wondering where to even begin. Well, don't worry, you are in exactly the right place. We're about to break this whole thing down step by step so you can absolutely crush it. First things first, what even is an annotated bibliography? Honestly, try to think of it less as just another assignment and more like your secret weapon for research. Yeah, it's a list of your sources, but here's the magic part. For each one, you write a short paragraph that both describes and evaluates it. This is where you actually start building the argument for your final paper. So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the why, the goal, and the kinds of sources you'll need to find. Then we're going to dissect what a perfect annotation looks like. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of formatting, super important, and we'll wrap it all up with a final checklist. Sound good? Let's go. All right, section 1. This is all about building your foundation. Before you even think about writing, you've got to understand the purpose of the assignment and get the right raw materials together. The first number I want you to burn into your brain is 3. That's it, just 3 total sources. But, and this is a big but, it's about the mix of sources. You're going to need 1 primary source and 2 secondary sources. Let's talk about what that actually means. And this difference is absolutely crucial. Your primary source, that's the main event. It's the thing you're actually analyzing, the novel, the film, the historical document, the raw data. Your secondary sources, on the other hand, are the experts who have already weighed in. They're the scholars, the critics, the analysts. You're basically entering into a conversation with them about your primary source. Okay, so you've tracked down your 3 sources. What's next? Now we get into the real meat of the assignment, the annotation itself. For every single source, you're going to put together a little entry that has 4 essential parts. Think of these as the 4 Lego bricks for each of your annotations. You start with a perfect MLA citation. Then you briefly touch on the author's authority and who they're writing for. And then come the 2 big ones, an objective summary paragraph and, finally, your own critical evaluation paragraph. Let's look at each one. Step 1, the citation. The word to remember here is perfect. It has to be a flawless MLA citation. Get all the details right, and please pay attention to the hanging indent. See that? The first line is all the way to the left, and every line after that is tabbed in. It's a small thing, but it immediately shows you know the rules. Now for step 2. Before you even start summarizing, you have to do a little detective work. Ask yourself these 2 questions. Who wrote this, and what makes them an expert? And just as important, who were they writing this for? Was it for other academics or for the general public? Answering this is going to tell you so much about the source's purpose and potential bias. Okay, this right here is the heart of the entire assignment, the summary versus the evaluation. Here's the easiest way to think about it. The summary is the what. You're just a reporter, objectively stating the source's main points. No opinions, no I think, none of that. But the evaluation, that's the so what. This is where you come in. Is the source trustworthy? Is it biased? And the most important question of all, how are you going to use this source to help prove your argument? And listen, we're not just looking for a couple of quick sentences here. For those 2 paragraphs, the summary and the evaluation together, you should be aiming for a word count between 250 and 300 words. That gives you enough space to really dig in and show that you understand the source and its place in your project. So you've done all the hard intellectual work, the research, the analysis. The last thing you want is to lose easy points on simple formatting mistakes. So let's quickly cover the technical stuff you absolutely need to get right. These are the rules of the road. Standard stuff, right? 12-point Times New Roman, double space everything, 1-inch margins. But here's a detail people often miss. The order. Your 1 primary source always goes at the top. Always. Then after that, you list your 2 secondary sources alphabetically by the author's last name. And finally, submission. I cannot stress this enough. It has to be a Word document. That means a file ending in .doc or .docx. No PDFs, no links to a Google Doc. A lot of systems can't grade those, so please double-check your file type before you upload it. All right, we're in the home stretch now. You have done the work, you've formatted it beautifully. Before you click that submit button, let's just run through one final checklist together to make sure you've nailed every single part of this. Just go down the list. Do you have 1 primary and 2 secondary sources? Check. Are the MLA citations perfect? Check. Does each one have that authority statement, summary, and evaluation? Check. Is the formatting right, and did you save it as a Word doc? If you can go check, check, check all the way down, you are good to go. So as we finish up, just remember what this is all for. This isn't just busy work. It's the blueprint, the strategy guide for your final paper. These sources are your evidence. They're your tools. So the question I want to leave you with is this. Now that you've gathered them, how are you going to use them to build an argument that's powerful, persuasive, and totally convincing?